Hi, I'm Gaga.
And I'm Papa. Welcome back to MABIE Island. And if you're new here, like and subscribe to MABIE Island and follow us on Twitter and Instagram. And tell us where you're from, somewhere in the world, your country, your province, your state. Let us know who's watching.
Mention down below in the comments. We always love hearing from you. Today, we're going to react to Taylor Swift's It's Nice to Have a Friend.
Here we go.
This sure sounds different.
Yes, it does. Well, I'm thinking maybe sort of a Caribbean. I'm thinking, or Hawaiian. I think I'm hearing a ukulele.
This thing sounds like things that little kids enjoy.
Right. Okay, no curfew. Is she getting older here?
Well, ooh. These are some unexpected instruments in here.
They are.
Church bells ring, rice on the ground, looks like snow.
Sounds like somebody's getting married.
Sounds like it to me.
It's nice to have a friend.
Yeah, I like it. It's very cute. Very nice.
Well, I think
very
that was
nice.
really cute.
Yeah.
Well, my very first thought, I don't know why it brought this image to me of standing next to a carousel with the horses going around and kids being joyful, a joyful feeling.
Well, when I first started hearing it, I think I told you, I thought I heard a ukulele or something like that, which is associated with Hawaiian music, perhaps, or Caribbean music that sort of has a little lighter beat.
And then later in the music, you hear horns come in. It's not characteristic of Taylor's music, so that was a little bit of a surprise.
It was a pleasant surprise. I did too.
And a fun fact, I heard you say something about a choir.
Yes.
The choir in the song is actually a school in Toronto.
Oh.
And some of the proceeds from listening to the song go to that school.
Okay.
That's good of her to do
Yes.
that.
Well, you know, it's funny that you said that because it sounded like children's voices or young people's voices.
In the very first, when we're looking at the lyrics, everything gives me the feeling that she is looking from a little girl or a little child's viewpoint. School bells, walk me home, sidewalk chalk, lost my glove, and you say you want to hang out, maybe a little case of puppy love with a new friend.
Uh-huh.
It's about friendship, and for that first verse anyway, I think childhood. And then you move down to light pink skies up on the roof, sun sinks down, no curfew. That tells me she's
Getting older?
more from a teenage viewpoint, where you don't have to be in the house before dark.
Okay.
It says 20 questions, we tell the truth. You been stressed out lately? Yeah, me too.
And then something gave you the nerve to touch my hand, which
Yeah.
is something maybe young teenagers, middle school on do.
The 20 questions, it's kind of like they're sharing potential stress. It's if you have a friend that you can talk to, that helps you calm down sometimes. I would say at this stage, you're learning who you can trust as a friend.
Well, and it looks like in the third verse, we're proceeding on to marriage.
Oh, yeah.
Because she's talking about church bells ringing and carrying me home. An older tradition, which you don't hear or see anymore, is the man was supposed to pick up the bride when they got home and carry her across the threshold, which was into the house. That you stopped on the front porch and he picked her up and carried her inside and then set her down.
Also there, they talk about rice, and I think that's kind of become an older tradition too, where as you're exiting the church from a wedding, the guest would line the sidewalk and toss rice at you. And
Right.
I think
right.
that fell out of favor when somebody decided it was harming the birds.
But
so
the-
that's what that's referring to. Rice on the ground looks like snow.
And they wouldn't actually toss it at you as much as maybe toss it up a little and it would come down
Come down.
on you.
It was supposed to look like it was raining on you, which was to bring good luck and prosperity.
Right. And that may go back to the time when we were largely an agricultural society and you could do all the planting you want, but if you didn't have rain, it didn't work, and rain in the appropriate amounts would mean you'd be prosperous.
Exactly, because your plants would grow.
We were married 50 years ago, over 50 years ago, and I don't remember whether people threw rice.
They did.
They did?
Yes,
okay.
they did.
I
They
don't
threw
remember
rice
that.
coming out of the church, and they threw rice when we were getting in the car to leave, because I had it down my neck. I remember
Okay,
we were
okay.
trying to go down the road, and I thought, I've got rice down my back. Yep. Well, the next verse says, I think then moves on to another part of life. Have my back, yeah, every day. Feels like home. Stay in bed the whole weekend. So we've gone from a little girl and making friends as a little girl to growing up, friendships all through the way, which prepares you for the ultimate friendship, which is marriage.
Right.
And
Right.
I assume that will be her next step.
Okay, so do you have any final thoughts about It's Nice to Have a Friend?
Well, I think that, as I said, everyone likes to have a friend, and I don't know the backstory on why she wrote this song. She's come to realize that even through being young and then in her teenage years and right on up through marriage, that it's more than nice to have a friend. It's important to have a friend. And eventually the friend becomes your lover and your mate in marriage.
Well, and every friend, and for her, boyfriend that she's had, contributes to being ready to make that final step. I think this is a very light, airy, simple song. Different for her, I think, somewhat. But I like it.
Right,
You know.
right.
So as a final thought, I'd just like to say that a true friend has your back every day. Someone who will support you through good and bad times. Just really important to have a good, reliable friend who will love you no matter what.
No matter what.
No matter what.
Now comes the rating. On a scale of 1 to 5 stars, 5 being the best, what would you give this song?
I would give it a 3. It's a cute little song, but it's, compared to some of her others, it's sort of a lightweight.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that in a critical sense.
No.
But it's hard to give it higher than that when some of the other songs are just really super, super songs.
Compared to something like All Too Well.
Yes.
Right.
That's exactly the star that came in my head was 3. Same.
Well, Happy New Year to you as we close. This is our first video of 2020 in the new decade. And we hope you'll like MABIE Island and follow MABIE Island, Twitter and Instagram. And
Leave your comments below and let us know if there's anything else you'd like for us to react to.
and once again, as we said in 2019,
Yes.
it's nice to know.
So many nice people.
Bye.
Bye.